When is the best time to do your Kegel exercises to maximise your performance and your pelvic floor strength gain? Hi, I'm Michelle and I'm a pelvic floor physiotherapist. And today we're going through the 3 best times to do your Kegel exercises to get the most benefit from your exercises. And also too, I thought we might go through a couple of times when you should avoid doing your Kegel exercises too, to make sure that they're working at their peak when you need the most. So, the best time to do your Kegel exercises, number 1, when you're in standing. We know very clearly from the research that pelvic floor muscles strengthen most effectively when you're in standing. So if you can do your exercises standing, perhaps waiting in a queue, something that cues you in to doing your exercises in standing. If you think about the pelvic floor muscles, they're under here. So in standing, they have to lift the load of your abdominal contents and they also have to lift against gravity. So regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, this standing position is going to be your best position to get your maximum strength gains. Now, the second time that you need to do your Kegel exercises is when your muscles are well rested. This is when you will make your best strength gains, and this is also too when they'll perform the best as well. So, if you're thinking about well rested, when you're lying down and resting during the evening, the muscles aren't under the load of gravity. So when you wake up, whatever time that is, that's when your muscles are well rested. If you've been working all day, standing all day, and these muscles are under the load of gravity pushing down everything you lift, every cough, every sneeze, the weight of your abdomen pushing down on it, these muscles are going to be tired. These guys have been working all day. They're not going to work necessarily well, particularly if they need to perform later that night. So think about that. Use your muscles and do your exercises for your best strength gains when they're well rested. You'll be able to contract better, and also too, you will avoid over-fatiguing them. I would also say the other time is to do them when you feel motivated to do them. So we want to put a lot of effort into doing these. Doing a half-hearted couple of little exercises here and there won't make a difference. Do the exercises when you're motivated and make it a part of your routine. So perhaps when you're in the gym, you might have done a set of exercises, you might have done a standing bicep curls, you might then do your Kegel exercises. You might do them when you're standing in the queue at the grocery, at the supermarket. Have certain cues that make you remember to do your Kegel exercises during the course of the day, particularly early in the morning. Now, when to avoid your Kegel exercises? Well, there's a couple of times that are quite important. It's important not to do Kegel exercises when you're walking or when you're running. You do your Kegel exercises to strengthen your muscles, to make them thicker and stronger. And you do those exercises while you're standing, when you can focus on the correct technique for strength gains and for endurance. Overbracing and holding those muscles on when you're moving around encourages those muscles to go into spasm. And it becomes very hard then to relax the pelvic floor muscles and rest them. And we've already talked about the importance of rested pelvic floor muscles. Incidentally, that's why we rest in between sets, so that you can actually maximally contract or get the most strength gains and then relax them and rest them so that they're well recovered for the next time that you do your next set of Kegel exercises. The other time I'd suggest to avoid doing your Kegel exercises is if you've been diagnosed with pelvic floor muscle spasm. Now, some people do a lot of core work, a lot of intense core abdominal work, and this can co-contract the pelvic floor muscles. And some men and women think that their pelvic floor muscles are weak when actually they're over-contracting. Yes, they are weak, but they're from becoming overly tight. This can happen with anxiety. This can happen with a number of problems. And it presents as pelvic floor muscle weakness. It could present as bladder leakage. It could present as erectile dysfunction. So pelvic floor muscle spasm is a time, often presents with an ache in the pelvis, in the pelvic region, lower abdominal region, lower back. You can have this diagnosed by a pelvic floor physiotherapist or your gynecologist. But this is a very important time not to do your Kegel exercises. What we do in terms of pelvic floor physiotherapy is teach you to relax your pelvic floor muscles and then start to retrain when you're able to relax your pelvic floor muscles. So I think you can see there are some important times, some key times when it's best to train your pelvic floor muscles and do your Kegel exercises. Early in your day when your muscles are well rested, definitely when you're in standing, when you can do them in standing, and also too when you feel really motivated to do your Kegel exercises. So I hope this information helps you get the most benefit from your Kegel exercises and maximise your performance for when it counts. And coming up next, we've got a real-time Kegels workout, so stay with me for that. I really always appreciate your comments and your feedback below, so feel welcome to comment below. Thanks so much for watching today. See you in the next video. Bye for now.